Welcome everyone to Friendly Crochet Creations. This is video episode 5. This is Melissa, the creator of Friendly Crochet Creations. I hope I've got some new viewers here, and I hope some of y'all are returning. So anyways, let me show you what I got at Michael's right about Thanksgiving. I think it was right before, I was with my children shopping that Saturday. Before I started my new job, I got me a couple of these charm-alongs from Michael's, along with some yarn and things. I'm going to use these for stitch markers for those of y'all that don't know what I would use these for with crochet. There's a monkey, and here's a frog. I love these two animals a lot. Of course, the monkey came first, and then the frog. I didn't put them in that order here. I don't know why. But here, we can switch that real quick. The monkey with his banana, and the frog. Uh-oh, he turned backwards. Look at that. Turn it around for you. He's got little sparkly rhinestones in his belly, blue eyes, and my froggy. A little bit of rhinestones on his back too. On his back. Oops, the monkey had it on his belly. But yeah, I'm sure these will come in handy. I wanted to show you these before I use them. And of course I got yarn at Michael's, and I took some back. I got a new job and I need gas to get back and forth, so I went ahead and took some back. And I want to show you what I got, but I'm going to wait till later to show you some of it. I'm not going to show you even all of it that I'm keeping. I've got one more return to make, and then I think I'm done with all the returns. But these two I'm keeping, and you may see more of these later. They may become part of my symbol or logo later on. Oh, that's not focusing on those. Well, there's that. And I've got more to show you. I've got some hats and some. I did promise you a shawl, but I don't have the Thanksgiving things that I promised. Last week I was so busy with my kids, starting a new job, and Thanksgiving, and my significant other, and I just had no time for, hardly for myself. So, but I do have some other things to show you. No apples or oranges. Thought maybe I'd work on those this week, but I still really don't have any time. But I'm hoping to get you some stuff real soon. And I did make a couple of things this week, and I will show you those later. Please stay tuned for more. Thank you. To start us out today, we've got two ear flap hats. That is, got these offline. I love Repeat Crafter Me, but I've also used some other people for hats, ear flap hats and beanie hats and that sort of thing. Whether it's holiday or just regular animal hats or anything else. I mean, you've seen some hats that I've made, or the hat that I made and some other things I'm working on that are my patterns. Thanks to these people, I'm able to do that. This right here, this reindeer, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, is the only Christmas object I have right now. I am still working on the Santa Clauses, or I will be working on them hopefully sometime this week for part 2. I hope to have that ready for you next week. So here's a Rudolph. I'll have to find out where I got this pattern at. I know I have it printed out somewhere, but there's a problem here. I'm not the best sewer in the world, so I'm going to have to fix this little mishap where I missed a couple of stitches. So, otherwise than that, I think I did a pretty good job. And this one over here is a sock monkey. Like I said, it mostly came from Repeat Crafter Me. And as you can tell, or maybe you can tell, this pom-pom, yeah, it's about the first pom-pom I've ever made. So, he's kind of flimsy and floppy and not very well, but I have learned a few things on YouTube lately about that. Here and there. And then his eyes, I need to fix his eyes. They need to be bigger. And his mouth, well, that probably needs to be redone too. I'm going to leave that. It's just mine. Or maybe I'll fix it one of these days. I'm not sure, but sewing on that didn't do very good. Need to change his eyes and maybe replace the pom-pom on top. But otherwise than that, I'm pretty proud of these 2 hats right here. I've made a lot of hats, and one year I made a lot of Christmas hats. There were gingerbread men, Rudolphs, even just a Rudolph beanie without the ear flaps, and I can't remember what all else I made that year, but anyways, there's that. And stay with me. I got lots to go for you. Lots of hats today and some other things, some things I promised last week on the sneak peeks, and a brand new sneak peek this time and a yarn review. And I hope you enjoy the show, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share at any point in time during this video. Hey everybody, I want to show you what I got in September, right before my job separation. Wow, you know, September I got this. I missed out on October. I'm missing out in November. Man, what such a great opportunity to learn about new yarns, the ones I've never, the ones I've never tried. I really like it. Now, I've separated from buying anything else from any kind of organization, any subscriptions, anything like that. But the only one that called me back, that called me to check on me, was Darn Good Yarn. And I've heard some really bad stuff about them, and then I've heard some really good stuff about them. They've revamped their systems and stuff, and I've heard nothing bad about Knitcrate, except they give a lot of knit patterns. Of course, it's Knitcrate, right? Hardly any crochet patterns, but it's still a great opportunity to learn about the yarns they have. So let's do Darn Good Yarns first. They're on the less expensive side. This is not really an unboxing, I don't think. I mean, you could call it an unboxing, but I'll have these side by side for a comparison. Let's see what came in there. I guess you can call it an unboxing, but I've already unboxed these and showed them off to a couple of people, at least one. Okay, they may not be exactly as they were packaged. I do like both packages. Now here in every Darn Good box, first box, this is what comes in there. As you can tell, I got a bright colored cake or ball of yarn. It was always this kind of rainbowy colors. You know, the reds, pinks, oranges, greens, blues, purples, everything. Oranges. Darn Good Yarn. They actually have the label on mine too. I didn't cut myself. It's a bad habit of doing that sometimes. Darn Good Yarn, worsted weight silk, roving yarn, watercolors. So it's watercolors, like paints, watercolors. In every first box you get the knitting needles and the crochet hooks. They told me I could call them back whenever I wanted to start again. That way I don't get a first box again. So that's probably another reason. There's the crochet hook and the knitting needles. Probably won't keep them in this box. As you can tell, it's been worn a little. I got them in and out a couple of times. But I've not heard really a lot of good reviews on these needles because the paint, this purple paint right here, the paint comes off when you're using it. It chips off and it just rubs off. All 3 of those. So I probably won't do that. I'll probably use those for like an art project or something. Or maybe like a crochet art project, kind of like an accent to, maybe if I make a monkey, he can hold my hooks and my needles in my hook, you know, maybe. So, or maybe I'll put them on the wall, you know, in a shadow box or something. I don't know, maybe in a frame with some kind of other artwork. But I also got this other skein. Now I've seen a first box recently and it didn't come with this color, or it didn't actually come with the extra skein. But I know somebody else that got a box about the same time as I did, maybe like a month before or something. I can't remember, but it came with this same skein of yarn. And she said hers smelled. I can't remember who said that, but mine don't smell. If they smell like anything, it smells like maybe they've cleaned the yarn, you know, like maybe a little bit of soap or something. Mine is actually clean. It doesn't smell like anything. I mean, Somebody even said that silk has a natural fragrance to it or something. I mean, I really have no idea. But it seems to be thicker than the regular silk, like, like silk gloves and things, regular silk that you would use on the table or clothing or something. It is maybe a little thicker than that, since we're actually working, I guess, crocheting and knitting it. I'm not sure why it's thicker than that. I guess silk is possible that it comes in different sizes, but this one also has a tag attached. It's darn good yarn, sport weight, silk yarn, which means it's probably a 3, I think. Sport weight is normally 3, a 2 or 3. Fingering weight's usually a 1 or 2. Oh, it says fine 2 right there on the label. Silly me. A fine 2 weight. Sport weight is a 2. Tells you the knitting gauge and the crochet gauge. And talk about that on this one. So this one's a medium 4. Knit gauge and the crochet gauge. It's what they recommend you using. As you can tell, probably this hank is the hank of yarn. The yarn itself is thinner than the cake of yarn on the yarn part. And you just untwist that, and you can roll it in a ball or a cake or something. That's what I got the ball winder for, to roll things up as needed. And as I understand, darn good yarn. So there's nothing on the inside here. They support ladies in India, handmade in India. They hand dye and make things over there, and they just help people out like that. And you're supposed to hand wash these, so you can't put them in the dryer. And don't dry clean them, of course. And if you can see, I've got more stuff in the bottom. It's got my big thing there, darn good yarn of the month. Gives an introduction here and everything, what their mission is, and an introduction to say hello, tell about the club, and then this tells about the yarn, our gifts to you, the hooks. I really want the second box, but I'm going to have to wait. Got some bills I'm getting behind on. It's no big deal cowl. Oh, I can't give you the instructions, but this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that really well. It's about as good as I can get right now. And then there's the ripples neckwear, it says, and then there's the picture of it. So I was saying I'm not affiliated with anyone. I work for myself. I do work on commission sometimes. I make things for other people. This is for your next box. It tells all about that. And these are other things that people have made with the watercolors, cake of yarn. See, so there's the knitting pattern, the knitting needles, and there's the crochet pattern, the cowl. And here's the name of some of these people that made them. There's a crocodile stitch gloves, gray glove. Sorry, my pamphlet is shaking. This person actually has two, the same thing. She might have actually bought that other cake of yarn online. I believe they sell yarn online too outside of their boxes, and they also sell the sari skirts, also made in India. I haven't tried any of those, but I've seen those online, and they look pretty nice. Okay, that's it for the darn good yarn. Except for they do have sayings on their boxes. I craft so hard I sweat glitter. Isn't that funny? And I work for a crafting store now. That's awesome. I work for Joann's now. So I'm anxious for someone to teach me how to sew, I guess. So sometimes I need to sew things, and I just need to do that. Like, I have a Rudolph hat that I made, but part of his nose is coming off. Not the red dot, but the other part of his nose, of his snout. I didn't crochet all the way around it. I usually don't make mistakes like that, but that time I did. And, well, there you go. Okay, and that's one. looks like I got the goldenrod yarn here, and this is by Daisy. It was a knit 1. This is knit 1, crochet 2, Daisy. And this is this goldenrod back here. Now, I know somebody that got, like, Creative Grandma, she got the silver set. I was hoping to get the silver ones, but of course I didn't. But it's okay, because the project sheet that she actually designed for these skeins of yarn was really, really cute, and I love the teddy bear that she made. So I think maybe I will still go with the goldenrod, because they kind of look like shiny to me, like a sunshine bear, maybe. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So the Daisy knit 1, crochet 2 is 38% linen, 32% silk, and 30% hemp. And on the back here, approximately 100 grams, 272 yards, or 248 meters. Now, about the same time, Holly from the Proper Pineapple came out with like a grayish or silverish bear, but I believe it's bigger than Creative Grandma's, and she actually has like a little heart on hers. And I think I might make hers too, just in some different yarn, because yeah, I want to use this like Creative Grandma did. US number 4 to 6, I believe those are the hook sizes. Then 22 to 24 stitches equals 4 inches. You're supposed to hand wash this in cold water and lay flat to dry. Made in Italy. Color number 208, goldenrod, lot number 003. They feel really, really sturdy, and I really, really like these a lot. Now this one came, the special gift with this artisan crate is like handmade tags. You can see it says handmade by, and it gives a skein of yarn with 2 balls of yarn and 2 knitting needles. The care instructions on the back side of the Okay, as I was saying, these are the care instructions on the back side of the handmade by tags, and they come with little strings to attach those with. Surf City Design, art by Marian Beckwith, St. John, New Brunswick. I suppose that's who made those. And this is a gosh dot dash. Stands for K, kind of like knit. Artisan Crate Intermediate Pattern, September 2018. And the pattern in here is for this right here. It's made by Lori Wagner. And it gives information here about the dyer and the designer. I'm kind of upset because I was looking at this after my phone died, or it shut my video off because of storage reasons. And both of these patterns, this one and the next one, are both knit. But it's alright, you know, because I can use, like I said, I'm going to use it for something else anyways. And this is the beginner pattern. This is the other pattern. It's a shawl. Let's see if I can give you the other picture on this other one. They're both shawls. Without giving you the instructions. Okay, yeah, this is knit, and one of these, yeah, this one comes with a chart on how to make that one. And this one, what does it come with? Yeah, it doesn't. So here's this other one, the way she's wearing it here. And it gives me a special deal on the back of this one for something about 1 year. So it looks like on the back of this book right here is giving me some kind of code to get a birthday surprise off your first month of Knitcrate membership by entering this code at checkout. It says month-to-month subscription only, cancel anytime, so I'm pretty sure I probably can't do that right this moment. I don't know if I'll even try it, but like the cupcakes are the same color as the box. You see that? Oh, cool. I love that color. Anyway, that does it for the knit crate and the Darn Good Yarn crate. Hopefully sometime I can do this again when I get caught up with bills and things. Insurance included, so actually it's paid for right now, so I don't have to worry about it. That part I just have to pay back the people that paid it, you know. So Anyways, I hope you like this segment of video episode 5. And stay tuned, I've got more to come. Thank you for stopping by. Here's a couple of items I promised last time, which was 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry again that I missed last week. I was so busy. But as promised on the sneak peeks, I've got this shawl. It's a prayer shawl. I forget exactly the name of it. But I found it on the sparkly one, as well as this cable beanie here. You see the cable on that? And then the pom-pom I was making, I ran out of yarn for it. It's the colorway Unicorn by Mandala, Lion Brand Mandala. It took 2 skeins to do this one. Now, I found the pattern on Sparkly one, the C2C shawl. It's the very first time I've ever done a C2C, and I loved it. So I started making this one over here, Bob Burnett Pop, colorway Pop Art. I love the way that's coming out. Maybe I'll make a hat with that one too. I don't know if it'll be the cable beanie, but it might be. Now, the sparkly one was making this for, I can remember, for somebody that had cancer. A family member, a friend, I can't remember. But I did not use the, I did not use her border. She actually got the pattern from Naztazia, also on YouTube. And I liked her border better, so I went ahead and did hers. Now, the sparkly one, she has a great border, but she did a whole lot more of these little fan type things here. And I didn't like it as much as the original pattern by Naztazia. So I went ahead and went with Nastazia's pattern for the border, but I did follow a sparkly one when I did the pattern, when I actually made the shawl. But I did refer back to Naztazia from time to time to see if there were any differences, what the similarities were. For example, the border was different. So she did, the sparkly one did have this one, and I believe this was her original pattern by her. And I want to show you the back side here, because on the front, on the rim, it's gray. And on the back, it's white. Now I was just using leftover yarn from the 2 skeins of Mandala Unicorn. And I don't know if I have another skein. I thought I did, but for some reason I can't find it right now. And I believe these went on sale, so they're not even carried at Walmart anymore. I'm not sure where to find it. I need to research that when I get ready to do that. But like I said, I thought I had one stashed away somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where I put that just yet, but hopefully I'll find it if it's here. But this is what I had left after doing the beanie. There's that. Not quite enough for a large, extra large. That's what I'm using. I'm using that extra large for this hat, and I needed it for another hat, but I went ahead and used large instead of extra large, and it worked out just fine. But like I said, there was half of this rim is white, and half of it is gray. I'm not sure exactly what I think about it. The more I look at it, the more used to it I'm getting. I just have to, I don't know if I want to wear it like this or not. Maybe it should have been all one color, but I didn't really have, all that to be picky about it. But it made the beanie, and I'm glad, and it fits just perfect, just right. And I was really gung-ho on finishing this other shawl, and I don't know, something came up, another pattern, I got busy or something, and I stopped, and as you've seen, I've had other patterns, other projects that I've started and finished between now and then, so this one's been hibernating in its Ziploc bag with the cake and its hook that I was using with it. And I did actually find my purple hook. It wasn't where it was supposed to be, but I did find it while I was working on a project. So, there's that. And there's that. And I will have to talk about that doll some other time, because I don't know the book just yet where that dress came from. So, we'll talk about that. It's real special. Sentimental. And, Trying to think if there's anything else to talk about on this. Like I said, this is a C2C. There's not actually a border on the top. It's just the C2C, you know, pattern stitches. So there's that. And I like how it made the stripes. It's a self-striping unicorn. Mandala by Light Brand. And even the border to the little self-striping thing, because it's pink over there and purple over here. Changed at the corner. Not a perfect change at the corner, but the corner is all pink or a pinkish purple. So I don't know where the color change was at. I think it turned out really, really great. And it's great to use whenever you're going on walks or when you're going to the movies and stuff like that. My bed has a dent in it. That's probably one sign I need a new mattress. But anyway, there's that. Let you have a good look at that. Try to keep it still a little bit. It won't make y'all dizzy or anything off balance. Alright, I got more to come. I hope you're still watching. Thanks for watching. If you are, please like, subscribe, and share. It would really help out a lot. Thanks. Hey everyone, I wanted to show you this little mask real quick. I made it for one of my former bosses at my previous job. She wants it for one of her little boys. It's Catboy from PJ Masks. I never even heard of that cartoon. But here's the back of this until she came and told me about it, wanting a mask. Of course, with her Spanish accent, I couldn't really understand what she was saying until she found it online and was telling me. There's that. Some of them actually have like the white and the black eyeballs, but this one, she saw this one when I was looking for a mask, and she's, no, I want that one, because it actually looks like a mask with the two little eye holes right there. And all I did was use this blue, the dark blue, and the light blue. There's 8 bolts and this triangle and 2 eyebrows, the 2 ears. And then she has actually 2 different sizes, a 2 to 3 year old size and a 4 to 6 year old size on this. I found the pattern on Ravelry by Dovecrafts, and she also has the Echo and the Owlette characters from PJ Masks. And I'm going to deliver this to her tomorrow. And hopefully it fits. Hopefully I didn't get it too big or too small. Sometimes on patterns, I'm not, they just don't come out right sometimes. But I tried this on and it's a bit small for me. Pretty sure my daughter could probably wear it, but my son probably couldn't without stretching it out. So my son's bigger than I am. At 14, I think he started outgrowing me at 12. But PJ Masks Catboy by Dovecrafts. That's what this is. Where this is from, off Ravelry. Just did a search for PJ Masks Catboy crochet pattern on the internet, on Google, and she popped up there with a bunch of other ones and sent me to Ravelry, and I can probably link that down below for you later. I wanted to show you this real quick because, like I said, I'm going to deliver it tomorrow. I'm off from my new job tomorrow, and so I thought I would hop back over there to my old job and deliver it while she's at work. So yeah, I'll have to touch base with her and see if she wants me to bring it in or meet her outside or what. Maybe she'll be on break or lunch or something when I go by there. For my former boss, she crochets too a bit, but I don't know if she knows how to read patterns or not, or what her skill level is. But she likes to ask me to make her stuff. I made her what was it? Oh yeah, Sock Monkey hat for one of her boys. I don't know if this will be for the same boy or not. But that was a combination of 2 patterns there. Repeat Crafter Me and somebody else. Oh, man, I can't remember who it was. But there was that one, and I made her a simple hat one time. So she wanted me to make a dress that I couldn't find a pattern for, and we finally found a pattern for it, but it was in Portuguese. Could not find it in English, and Portuguese looks like it might be kind of like Spanish, so she could probably do better at the translation. But later on, she found one already made that wasn't crocheted in the similar design, and so she went with that one instead, and she was very happy with it. But I guess she just wanted that design, whether it was crocheted or not, I don't know. Of course, I kind of made her that dress out of fabric because, yeah, I'm not good at that. Not yet, but hopefully y'all will learn that at my new job. And, anyways, stay tuned. I've got more for you coming. I just wanted to pause and let you see this hat. Turn it over on the back side again. She said actually these bowls were turquoise, and this blue here was a little bit different blue, like a royal blue or a mid blue. I think this one's more of a darker blue. It's not quite navy, but just use the blues that I had. I actually bought some blues to make it, but I wasn't really happy with those blues either, so I just went ahead and used what I had, and I might take those other ones back to the store. Although I could use them for something later, of course. But right now, probably don't need them right now. Maybe, hopefully get them later, so they don't discontinue those or whatever. One more time, PJ Masks Catboy, Catboy. Oh, some kind of cartoon. If your kids watch it, let me know down below in the comment section, because my kids, I'm sure they don't watch this one, so I don't know anything about it. I saw that they do have the cartoons on YouTube too, so I can probably pop over there and see what it's all about. But I think my kids are probably too old for this one. If he's in the age group of 4 through 6, mine's already 9 and 14. One's fixing to turn 10, so she's fixing to hit those double digits, man. I'm not ready. It's gonna be a little over a week now. So, anyways, Catboy PJ Masks cartoon character by Dove Crafts. Well, I went and did it again. I found another cow that has a giveaway at the end of it. This is also with Underground Crafter. She's the first one of the whole series. There's 15 weeks of this and 16 winners. And I just discovered this. Like, I thought I read about it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, you know what? I want to check on that and see what that's about. Well, I checked on it. They're on week 13. We don't know what's week 14 and week 15 is going to be in store for us. But this one here is week 1. It's Underground Crafter. It was back on September, I want to say September 3rd. And the Halloween cow started on September 5th. So these come out on Mondays. Those came out on Wednesdays. And this is the 2018 Holiday Stash Down Crochet Along, and it's their 4th annual one. So it's the 4th annual 2018 Holiday Stash Down Crochet Along, and they actually request you to use paint box yarns. But as the title says in this, you can also do a stash down, which I kind of really need to do. And the yarn that I used here is Red Heart with Love. And I didn't have very much of the gray, so I used all the gray that I had in this hat. And I used a lot of the black that I had, probably about half of it, and just a little bit of the white. There's plenty of white in here. And I did one extra round of black right there to make it the 10 inches tall that it requests for the size that I'm making. This is supposed to be 22 inches. And before I went to work today, the band actually fit before I finished the hat. I got home, finished the hat. The hat's too big for me. Well, I'm kind of glad I didn't make it for myself anyways. And if I do make this hat again for myself, I will make a smaller one. And I hope the person that I made this hat for likes the pom-pom on the top. I think maybe he might like it, especially if it looks good. And it looks much better than the ones I normally make. If you ever seen my sock monkey hats, any of those ones that I've made, the pom-pom is not near as well made as this one. And this one is actually a large pom-pom instead of the extra large that Marie Segura is from the Underground Crafter request. But it looks really, really great on this hat. I don't want to take it off. I did, like, put 3 knots in it and tied it in the bow on the inside. Maybe I can show that to you real quick. See, there's a bow right here. And there's 3 knots underneath that bow. You can tell there's a little seam on the back if you look. If you know what you're looking at. That's the seam right here. And the stitching on the headband, I wasn't really aware if there was like a third loop or something. Sometimes there's patterns that uses a different loop, and I wanted to find this on my new laptop, but my laptop's not cooperating and it doesn't want to load YouTube, which I'm really, really angry about that. But it did pull up the websites. So I may have to look into that if I ever make this again. I just went ahead and did a regular slip stitch instead of slip stitching into the third loop. And on the other stitches, they were in the back loop. You know, if you have ever done ridges, you know, they're in the back loop. So I did all those in the back loop. But I don't want to give away all the pattern, you know, because, I mean, you could get it for free yourself on her website. And then these little fan type or wave type stitches. You can see that there, how wavy that is. And like I said, it is a little too big for me. And I was hoping to record on my laptop, but I think some of this is probably better right now, not on my laptop. But I don't know if there'll be push-ins on my laptop and not on my laptop. I'm not sure yet. I guess we will be surprised. And this cowl is also found not only on the Undercrafters blog, but you can find it on Cowl Central. And I am using my own stash. And this hat is called, sorry, I didn't tell you that, Pop of Color Waves Slouchy. Yeah. Pop of Color Wave Slouchy Hat is what it's called. And so there were 7 sizes of this, and I used size 6. There was one more size up than this one. And so I did that. Put the pom-poms smaller. The yarn she used on this was paint box yarns. So simply Iran. She used neon green, granite gray, and slate gray, so there's 2 shades of gray and a neon green. If I wasn't doing this one for a Raiders fan, if I was just going to do it and make the colors pop like she did, because she put the 2 grays together and then the green pom-pom and the green headband, I would have done the black and the gray in the middle, and I probably would have started with the black, because that would make it pop more, and then put the white here on the headband and the white there on the pom-pom. But since this was for a Raiders fan, you know, black and white and the gray. I know they have some silver in their uniforms. I'm not totally against the Raiders, but yeah. I hope you liked it. It's time to get that wrapped up and ready for Christmas, I suppose. It's really comfy. Like I said, it's Red Heart with Love, and y'all know how good that with Love is. It's almost as good as the I love this yarn, you know, from Hobby Lobby. But I do love this Red Heart with Love yarn. I'm glad they came out with that. It's pretty thick, but it's an average 4 weight worsted weight yarn. For some reason, it just feels an. Okay, guys, I have another hat here for you. It's by Bag of Day. It's one of Crystal's patterns. It's the his and her beanie made with Scarfy yarn by Lion brand. I'll have to try it. My children even loved the color scheme of it. I was looking all over joints for it, and my daughter found it. I just love how their colors play together with the pink and the black, with the purple and the black and white. I mean, everybody chose all those colors pretty much. But I decided to do the red one because I can do, more than one. I can probably do two hats out of this. I told the kids maybe 3, if I make 2 small ones. But I'm going to have to make either a big one and a small one or 2 big ones or whatever. But there's that. Now on this hat, it's kind of like Marisa Garrett's Pop of Color Waves Sachi hat, which I hope I've showed you already. I made this one before that one, and I had trouble with the top of it, but when I got to Marisa Garrett's with Underground Crafter, I think I got the concept that they're doing. I'm used to decreasing at the top of a hat instead of the way they're doing it. So I had trouble with this one. I don't know if I'm going to take it out and redo it, because like Crystal says on my other day, it is really hard to frog. I mean, even just chain stitches is really hard to frog on this thing. Now, I did not, I'm sorry, Crystal, but it did not break on me. After you said that, I was very, very careful of my pulling and the tension. And there is a reason that I found that with this yarn that would cause that, because I don't know if you can see on this, because it's really hard to see against this pink over here. This right here is really thick, and it is supposed to be a chunky 5, but if you go over here, you see something that's thinner. This strand is much thinner. As you can see here, this red is really thin right here, and if you come over here and you just look at this strand right here, wow, that's almost like a chunky 6 and not just a chunky 5 versus, the thinner part. So if she was pulling and tugging and didn't notice the thin one there, I mean, cinching up a hat or something or just frogging it, yeah, it's going to break. I mean, you don't know at that point of if it was going to be a thick or a thin. I mean, she could even probably break it at a thin one. I don't know, but I like this. I could also tell that there's the black strand within this red. I didn't like how it started when I got it. It looked like it was tapered and the red wool was over like a black strand or something. But anyways, I do like the colors. I love the colorways on all the scarfies, and I do like the feel of it, although it does feel a little woolly, a little tough, but that's alright, I guess. Because it is part wool. Let's see, it has 78% acrylic, and it is also 22% wool. The Lion brand, bulky 5. Gives you all the washing instructions here. And they made this scarf here with the black and white one. It's really nice. I almost thought of making that one instead of hats, but I really wanted to make this hat here when I saw Crystal make that, a few weeks ago or something. And then I want to make the one after it. Looks like candy or something. Forget what she's called it. But hopefully I can do that one soon. Washing care instructions. This is actually 5.3 ounces, 150 grams, 312 yards, and 285 meters. Sorry, I wasn't censored on that. I wasn't paying attention. The daily needle sizes are here, 9, 5.5 millimeters. The hook is a K, 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter. I can't remember what size hook we used on this. I think it was an I or a J. Anyway, it was a bigger size, or medium-sized hooks, big to mediums. And I do like this yarn. I would buy it again but probably I don't like it as much as I thought I was going to. And this colorway is cranberry and black. That's exactly what she used on one of her hats, but the other one is that she always wears is the pink and the black, and Mr. Bagody or Mr. Abad wears the red and black one. I don't know, I might keep this one for myself, and I might make a pom-pom for the top, since I don't like how I did the top of it. So, there's that. Especially since I got good at pom-poms. I can't believe I was so bad at pom-poms, but I didn't know how to do it, but I did it in Word anyways on my other ones. Oh yeah, this says it's made in Turkey. I'm not sure if all Lion Brand is made in Turkey. It might be. But this Lion Brand scarfie is made in Turkey. Not the US of A. But that's alright. I don't mind yarn from over yonder ways. As long as it's affordable. But that does it for my yarn review for today. I don't know if I have a sneak peek yet, but if I do, it'll be following this. But if I don't, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps out a lot, if you really think this is helpful or not. She does use a couple of, I forgot to tell you, a couple of different stitches in here. Oh. It's really good. I liked the actual pattern that she used for her stitches, her stitch patterns and stuff. It worked up really, really quick. If you know the stitches and you're used to the stitches, it works really, really well. And I only had the yarn split maybe one time. That's all, one time. If it happened the second time, I don't remember it, and it wasn't really even bad the first time. But this does it for the part of yarn review. Thanks for watching. For a sneak peek, this is what we have today. And I bet you're wondering, what is she going to use those puffy paints for? What can you use those with crochet? Well, I guess you'll just have to watch next week and find out about the doll heads and you caring for tone, everything, man. So check back next week, okay? And in the meantime, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, okay? Thanks. Have a great day.